I just found out about my roommate weird relationship with her dog. Throwaway so none of my friends see. I recently moved into a small apartment with a friend of a friend. I didn't know anything about them before moving in. I'd seen them around with the mutual friend who is my other roommate. A little about me, I really don't like dogs. So I was a bit disappointed when I found out that one of my roommates had one. She has a Wiccan vibe and her dog is a large mutt. There were warning signs. The biggest one at first was how close she was with the dog. Often kissing at the dog's tongue when it would lick at her. She didn't have any significant others, but she'd make remarks about intimacy with us. The biggest red flag was the pride flag in her room, which I later found out was a zoophile pride flag. Truth be told, it took me a longer time to notice this stuff than I imagined it normally would. As I said, I don't like dogs. I just assumed dog owners were just close to their animal. However, I always had this hard to describe feeling. That was until she decided to officially come out to me. Last weekend we were all drinking. I asked her what the pride flag in her room meant. She just flat out told me. She told me about zoo pride, how they're misunderstood and not victimizing animals, but treating them as equals and see them as partners. She showed me Discord servers and ways she gets in touch with her community. The thing that stands out to me the most is how forthcoming she was. I don't know why, but I figured there'd be some amount of shame for what she's been doing. I just don't know what to do. Our other roommate has known this whole time, apparently. I want to report her, but I'm afraid they'll know I did, and I won't have a place to live anymore. I feel bad about what she's doing to that dog. I want to help but feel powerless to do so. I'm sorry if this story is all over the place. I'm just trying to get everything out. Edit, small update. For starters, I wanted to clarify a couple of things I've seen in the comments. First, I don't have another place to go. I'm estranged from my family, and my significant other is living with their parents, so it would take convincing to move. I'm with them. Second, there seems to be confusion about me listing a pride flag as a red flag. I meant it was a red flag in retrospect, as I didn't recognize it, and it had a Roman Z in the center. I'm queer myself, and would recognize a normal pride flag. Now for the update proper. I spent the night talking with my SO about the situation, and they've been helping me plan the move. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time to get the ball moving as I had to work this morning. But since I've been at work, I've joined the Discord server, and been taking screenshots of everything she's been saying. How did I find her? She posted pictures of the dog. Unfortunately for my case, it's a safe for work server. So beyond mentioning what she's doing, there's not much in the way of evidence. I'd say the name of the server, but I don't know if that would be considered doxing. If you're curious and want to report, I was very close to the name in one of the comments on this post. The other disturbing thing about that server is that it's open to children joining. They've openly bragged that Discord supports their server, and it's over 1,000 people large. Frankly, I feel like I walked into a puddle that turned into an ocean. I'm gonna get out of that apartment ASAP and report her. At the very least, I can stop one person from hurting an animal. Update. Hello again, everyone. It's been a couple days, and as of yesterday, I'm officially living with my partner. As it currently stands, I feel as though I'm far enough away from the situation to share a couple of new details. I can also afford to be a bit less blurry on previous details. I took the advice I got from a lot of the comments and looked into legal avenues available, as well as gathered any amount of evidence that I could. Good news is my old roommate had a habit of telling everyone online what she was doing. So I followed all her 2 zoo terror related socials. Bad news is they're all anonymous, but she posts pictures of her dog. The Discord server I talked about her being in is called zooey.pub. It's completely public and there's a decent sized community of zoophiles in there. Nothing can be done about it through Discord, as they aren't exchanging any explicit material. But I'm sure reporting it wouldn't hurt. It's connected to a blog of some kind that spreads propaganda. Worst of all, it's 13+, which means it's open to children. My ex-roommate has been in the server for a while, referring to her dog as Eat Hubby. She does the same thing on her socials. One thing she never does, however, is overshare. As far as I've uncovered, she hasn't gone into detail online about any erotic acts with the dog. That's unfortunately a big hit to any legal action I'd be able to conjure up. Anyway, when I told my 2 roommates I was moving out, I decided to tell them that I couldn't afford the rent. I figured it was believable enough. I didn't even have the money to furnish my room. But to be honest, I think Dog Lady understood it was about her. I'm not exactly a super spy. It was very hard for me to act fine around her whenever she was around. My last couple days at that apartment were quite anxiety-ridden. I appreciated all the advice I got on the original post, and I'm about to follow most popular response. I'm planning on filing a police report as soon as I look into one more thing. There's a private Telegram chat that a lot of zoophiles are in. I'm not 100% sure Shess in that chat, but if she is, I can definitively prove she's raping her dog. As I said in my original post, I feel as though this entire situation became a rabbit hole for me. Before all this, I couldn't imagine there being such a big community for something like this. It's truly, truly awful and evil. I just want to do what I can to help any animal going through this, and any advice at all would mean a lot.